I totally forgot about the commercial over on Twitch. Thank you for reminding me, Flux. So, for anyone who's coming in, I'm sorry, but you're going to be hit with like 3 minutes of ads. I do this at the beginning of the show just to get rid of pre rolls. So, everybody will have a chance for the next hour to not have to deal with any kind of advertising and over on Twitch. But you don't have to deal with that over on Owncast or anywhere else. Much better experience. But I'm not allowed to say that, but I did. What are you going to do about it, Dan? Come on. Dan the man. DJ Clancy. How's it going, Flux? It is a Monday. We're back into start of a week. Almost said weekend, but nope. That would not be correct. But yeah, definitely gonna be I gotta get back in the groove of doing that every single time I do go live. I got do the 3 minutes of ads for the Twitch folks. Just the small thing that we can do for for them. It's a little bit that counts, right? Yeah. But tonight we're actually gonna be doing a couple different things. Gonna be I've been in the process of redoing my workflow over on ClickUp into something that's a little bit more I can't say I'm not gonna say my style, but more in line that is for me. And I've been working on that over the weekend for the past couple of days, and just trying to get something a little more streamlined for myself. So I'm not. I mean, I do have a workflow that does work. It's just I I want it to do more, really, and it kind of feels like it's kind of not there. But that's the thing with any kind of organization, project management, whatever, is that it's kind of always in flux. It's not, get it, flux? It's always in motion. It's always dynamic. So it's never this one thing for the entire time that it's available. So yeah, so that's what we're going to talk or go over tonight. Probably play around. I wish we were talking in Discord about I've been waiting for this. I got ordered a new hard drive. It's a 2 terabyte to put into the gaming PC to kind of streamline things. Kind of take out because I have four drives in there right now. I got the NVMe drive, which is the I don't even know. I can't remember if I installed Windows correctly on the correct drive, but yeah. So I got two SSDs and a regular hard drive for data retention that I have mirrored up with Fillion to the cloud and also to another 2 ton or yeah 2 ton a 2 terabyte drive on the Mac. Hey, Volmer. Well, thank you. Wishing you the best as well. Welcome, welcome. So yeah. So they did say, oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be coming in today. But when I checked this morning, I saw like, oh, actually it was yesterday. I'm like, oh, it's being transferred to the USPS. I'm like, well, crap. Every single time I see that line in the delivery, workflow, it's like, well, there goes a day or two that it's not going to be on my doorstep because it's going from UPS from Georgia to Orlando. I don't know where the hell it is now because on the 27th it says en route to left Orlando en route to the USPS. So I guess post office nobody works on Sundays, which is a lie because I know the mail does run on Sundays sometimes, so they don't have anybody there. But oh well. And of course they couldn't do anything for today, so I checked it about 8 o'clock and it says new date tomorrow, the 30th. I hope. Never can tell with the USPS. Especially nowadays. It's not like it was before. Nope, you can't trust it. And I was looking, I was like, well, if I ordered another drive tonight, I would definitely get it tomorrow from Amazon. Yeah, I know, Vollmer with the UPS, but you know what? The devil, right? Because it always takes them forever. FedEx is the worst, actually. What did I order from? It was from Newegg, but it was coming from California, and I was able to track. It took a week to get from California because went from San Diego to somewhere in Arizona. No, it left. It took about a day to go from California to Arizona, and then another day to go from Arizona to New Mexico. So it took about a day to make a hop for each state in between me and California. I was like, what the hell, man? But logistics, right? People get paid big bucks to be very logistical. I just want my drive. I just want it now so I can get started. But hopefully if it comes in tomorrow, that gives me enough time to iron out any bugs or anything like that for potential Thursday's 0 Point Report show on Thursday, because it's the first Thursday of the month. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get it. But then I have to do that during the day because I can't really do it at night because I'm recording the Independent Creator podcast tomorrow night. And then work through most of Wednesday to do all the reinstall, because what I plan to do is to clear everything out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll still have to figure that out. I know it's not going to be tomorrow or this week. If I haven't been no mention of that, to talk to Ocho about that, see if that's any kind of plans or in the works. I'm just the guy who pushes the buttons. That's my role. I'm okay with that because most of the time it's Ocho and Jimmy. They're mostly the ones that are talking. I'm just sitting here watching chat, pushing the buttons, moving my mouse around over on the game just to make sure I don't get logged out. And I know what was it? Saturday. I was going to say something. Scratch came in, and he was talked about the login rewards. I'm like, I was going to tell him that. Say, yeah, that's just a bit. It's just this two-tone waffle character on the 0 Point Report. That person doesn't do daily login rewards. Two-tone waffle, the streamer, will pick up, do that. I'm like, I'll let it ride. I'll pretend like I didn't see it. That's okay. That's a little behind the scenes kind of thing that's going on. So yeah, it's just a fun little bit. Hello, Crunch Cat. But yeah, it's just a small little bit that I do. It's content, right? This is content. So I've been working on. I've been using ClickUp for I think over a year now. I've been using all sorts of different ones. I've been using, I used to use Notion. I used what's called project.co. I used Trello for a little bit. I'm even dabbling in Obsidian for any kind of like project management type of stuff. But I've always been kind of drawn back to the ClickUp. I gotta move my stuff. I gotta do something. I don't know, with stuff and things, camera angles. That's down the line. So yeah, with ClickUp, I've been using this like for almost a good year, and I've been, like I said at the beginning, is working on getting it somewhat redone in a way that I like to work on it. If that's one way of thinking about it. One of the things I was thinking of wanting to do is set up. I have already for a podcast production listings that have set up for my two shows. I'm going to also include the ZVR in this as well. So at least I have date range, because all these are set up with Subtask that go through for like independent creator. So I created a show note, so I can go ahead and click that as complete. I still got to do the graphics and stuff like that. So it kind of keeps you honest on your workflow as you go through the production of each task or whatever. in a podcast episode or the video for today. I was going to be doing that as well, but I was like, I got to get the podcast section done first, and then also the blog newsletter set up as well, which I did. I'm going to change this to newsletter because that is coming out tomorrow. If you don't know, if you are interested in alternative platforms and indie game stuff, definitely sign up on twotonwaffle.com. It's a free newsletter. All you do is just sign up with an email address that you want to use, and every week I send out on Tuesday mornings around like 9-10 o'clock in the morning Eastern, a hot and ready fresh newsletter right to your inbox. And you can also view it on a website as well. So I'm trying to do better in getting shill myself out there in a way. So that's what I do every week. I have set this up to do as a recurring where Tuesday evening a new task could be automatically created with the template set up and ready to go. All I gotta do is go in and create the actual thingy, the document. So this is for tomorrow's, and I already have one set up for next week. This is just my template that I go through, which is a great thing to do because I have to remember, oh, I gotta copy and paste the template from somewhere else to do it. And everything that I put in here, I want to say at least 90% of it gets copied over. Let's say 95% gets copied over. The only thing that has an issue is sometimes if I embed YouTube videos into it, I don't have any images. So I got to test that because I use a newsletter logging software or open source software called Ghost. It's great. It's a great platform to be on, actually. And I know I had a 0 Point Report on Substack for like a hot minute. And I was like, oh, this is not going to go good because, Substack and the controversy with that and with the Nazis, and yeah, we're not going to go there. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to move them pretty much all the podcasts off of Substack into Transistor for the hosting. So that's what I did a couple months ago, at least back, I think it was October or November time frame when I did that. And I don't know, Volmer, you probably saw that every once in a while. I'll post up on a well, you're not on Blue Sky though, right? You're still on Twitter, but I posted up a nice thing about Substack because they had like automatic image that you can set up for social media stuff. Oh, you got Blue Sky, but you keep forgetting. Well, join us over there because I'm pretty much on Blue Sky, Threads, Mastodon, and that is it. Yeah, it is overwhelming. That's why with Threads I use that mainly for promotion of my stuff. And I think of it like Twitter 3.0, whatever. And it's kind of it's good, but it's more commercialized. Where I like to use Mastodon and Blue Sky as more of like a personal. I still promote my stuff, but I do it more like it's more personal feeling to it. Thank you, Volmer. Yeah, I know. I keep saying that on the show and on the podcast. Like, find me on twotonwaffle.com. Yeah, my links are there up in the upper menu, but not all of them. It just goes to the Discord and the forums. I have to do better in getting my my socials out there because I'm only on 3. So it's the more open source social media stuff. Except Threads is not really open source, except a part of it is when it's an activity pub. But anyways, with Ghost, I set up everything. I should do I have my links? I do not. No worries. Yeah, I had to kick myself to post a little bit more, be more proactive and just putting random bits of information and gobbledygook out there. Right now, I'm not the best self-promoting that you should be as a content creator. I gotta change that. But yeah, I was gonna set this up for automatically getting recurring for the Zero Point Report to have it um every other week, so I don't really have to worry about did I create thumbnails. But most of the time, also to give you a little behind the scenes look on the Zero Point Report is that the thumbnails that I do is very last minute because Ocho starts working on the show notes that evening, probably like an hour or not even an hour beforehand. So I don't even know what what we call this. What we call it, the episode title is like the 3 letters. So I don't even know that until pretty much showtime. And that's okay because I do have a template that I can easily go in, change out the 3 letters to whatever it is. I use Affinity products for thumbnails and all my graphics work. So I can easily change out 3 letters, hit export, put it in on YouTube, and it's all ready to go. So I'm not too worried about run of show. Okay, I gotta get the graphics work done. I gotta get this done before this. This is also dependent on this prior task. So I'm more, even though I do a lot of the technical behind the scenes stuff, it's still a lot of work. I've kind of got it to a point where it's very streamlined. I don't have to do much at all. Because in the early days, ooh, that was a hell of a lot of work. Having to go through like a 3+ hour show, take out all of the silent parts, or the silent parts manually. I just have a program that does it all for me. I got a couple of those because I use Riverside.fm for all of the editing, show note, show summary, the keywords, chapter markers, and keywords. And of course, call to action type of things to look into for each one. So I utilize that. And then it also takes out the silent parts, and I don't do it for the ZPR because I just do it for the audio portion where it automatically exports into an audio, and I have it automatically go into transistor, upload. It does all the transcripts and the subtitles. And then I'll go ahead and make sure everything is set up, change out the title, put in the summary as the show description, and then hit schedule for Friday the next day. Thank you, Volmer. Yeah, it's been a lot of work. I know we talked about past couple times. Reminisce the first time it was still Beyond the Veil, and we had the Halloween fashion show. I remember it because that was my first episode. With the Beyond the Veil running as pretty much I can call myself the technical director of the show, and I'm like sweating. I'm like, we're using TeamSpeak at the time. I think I can't remember. I know it was the first time actually talking to Andy and Nicole, and trying not to be like starstruck. But it was interesting because we were going through TeamSpeak, and I was using, what was I using at the time? I think OBS. And at the time, my computer, and I only had one computer set up, so I was running the game and streaming at the same time. And also I had TeamSpeak running. I'm like, holy crap. When Axel's in Agartha, I know it was in Agartha. It was because I think it was Andy or somebody. They made somebody large. I forget exactly. It's been, holy crap, it's been almost a decade, hasn't it? Yeah, because it had the carpet, red carpet or whatever, the long straight area that people can walk up and down with. And yeah, well, I remember I was like hoping that my computer didn't crash or something. I was like sweating for that 3 to 4 hours. I'm like, high five. That was the first time for you, yeah. But yeah, it was so stressful. But then I had to go back and take the file and edit. And again, like I said, I was doing everything by hand, where I was going through the entire timeline of the entire show, of like the 3-4 hours, highlighting spots that, the silent parts, deleting them, making sure the ripple delete worked, going to the next. And I was doing it like 1.5 speed, so I'm not sitting there for 3 hours. I'll be sitting there for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. This manual delete, but that's the best way to actually learn, is to drag yourself through the mud of doing that manually. So at least you have the experience in going through that. And I was like, oh, this sucks. I got to find a better way. Which I did. I was different experiments, and then we moved over into as our own production. I think we took like a couple months off, as in between times, from Beyond the Veil to 0 Point Report, and I did all the episode artwork, as me and Jimmy going back and forth, and Ocho as well, what's going to be in there. Now, I think I was using Affinity as well, right? Yeah, because I wasn't using Photoshop. It was at the point in time where it was Photoshop had moved into subscription model, and I didn't find my borrowed air quotes copy of Photoshop. But yeah, it's been a lot of work over the years. And it's not because I'm lazy, that's why I'm doing this stuff. It's just because I let machine learning AI do a lot of stuff, tedious stuff, that I can quickly go through afterwards, because instead of spending 2 hours. Oh, thank you, Fulmer. No, that's all that matters to me. As long as the end product is good, because I know there's been a couple episodes that were like, oh, I'm gonna have to let that slide. It's already out there. It wasn't as great. And there's been a couple times, if you go into the ZPR Twitch channel, the highlights section, it's missing a lot of episodes. It's at the time where it's like, oh, I'll go ahead, I'll get to the highlight in like a couple days. I'll do it. 2 weeks roll around, I'm like, oh crap, the VOD is no longer there because Twitch had deleted it. So I was like, damn it. Oh well. And it's also sometimes too where it is. Well, you gotta think, Twitch is not in the storage business. All they do, and they do a good job of doing it, is a live streaming service. They're not bot. They don't do long-term storage of this stuff. And in fact, the long-term that storage stuff they do is not good whatsoever. And in fact, I should drop it entirely, because making clips, most of the time it doesn't work. If it does, then all of a sudden it's not what you want, or it's pulled in the wrong section. And by the time you found that out, you only have like a 2-minute time frame, or a 5-minute. I think it's a 2-minute buffer. That it's a rolling buffer, but in that time, that the clip is still working, processing, and then if you figure out, oh, it's not the one I want, and you can go back, and as well, that time is already gone. It's too late. And that's why I like YouTube as for live streaming, because the chat is not the best, but the technology for the rewinding, or going back to the very beginning of the show and watching it at like 1.75 or 2x to see what you missed and then get back into the live is so much better. Oh, it's just that quality of life is so great. But something like that is not going to come to Twitch whatsoever. And the CEO, Dan Clancy, he said it himself in many different interviews, is that Twitch is not in the business of being a long-term storage for VODs or anything like that. You're lucky you get the clip storage as it is. And that whole system needs a complete rework from the ground up, but they don't have the resources to do that, especially after all the layoffs and everything else that they've gone through. They can't afford the resources and the man hours that are needed to take the clip system down to its foundation and rebuild it to be better than what it is. So what you have now is pretty much all you're going to get for the time being, because the reason why Twitch is in a way as it is right now is because Amazon, Big Daddy Amazon says, "Okay, guys, we bought you for almost $1 billion, and you have been bleeding money ever since that time. There has not really been any time period, any quarter that Twitch has been profitable. There probably has been a point in time where they were close to being profitable, but then that line that was going went back down. So it's kind of Amazon. I think they gave an ultimatum to Dan and rest of Twitch because there've been a lot of movement of moving staff and other things from the Twitch infrastructure, the back end side of stuff, into the Amazon IVS side of the building, because that's what Twitch. That's the reason why Amazon bought Twitch, was for the infrastructure, the technology. This is not, it's not the name or what Twitch was doing. Is that Amazon wanted the technology to do live streaming video at the factor it was doing it at the time, because at the time no one was really had the capability of doing what they were doing. I know I'm proud. A lot of this is probably over a lot of people's heads. I'm sorry. What was it? 2008 or 2009? Oh, okay. No, no. It's a fascinating thing because Twitch at the time it was like it was. I'm not going to say like a bidding war, but at the time it was either going to be Amazon buying Twitch or Google buying Twitch. At the time, Amazon won. They bought Twitch for like $980 million. Almost, it's like just throw in a couple $1,000,000, make it a cool billion. And no company was being bought at that high amount in the early 2000s. So, like I said, the reason why Amazon bought Twitch is because of the live streaming technology that Emmett Shear, what's his name, James Coe, the original PogChamp emote guy, and the rest of the team were made Twitch the computer server backend infrastructure. That's what Amazon wanted. So they bought it, and they said, "Oh yeah, we can just throw, put in some Amazon, slap some Amazon labels on it, and call it a day. That's fine." But the thing is that ever since that time to like mid to late last year, I don't want to say mid last year, is that Amazon is kind of like, all right, you guys had your fun for almost 10 years. It's time to start becoming a little bit more profitable than what you are. You're not profitable whatsoever. We've been throwing bucket loads of money into this. And I'm not saying, there's a lot of people say, oh, that's because Twitch is going to get sold off or closed down. That could be the case, but we're looking probably 5 to 10 years from now if they don't buckle down and become profitable. And that's why all of the layoffs, the massive amount of layoffs that they've had, and all this stuff that they've been dropping. Like, what was it? Oh, what was this one thing that they dropped just recently? Oh, the squad streaming. Because no one was using squad streaming. It was only partner only. It was announced back in 2018 that, squad streaming, where you have multiple streamers. You can see like 4 streamers on one page at the same time. And at the time, they were like, yeah, it's available to partners now, affiliates down the road. Well, that down the road never came down the road. It's just stopped, because one of the things is that most people believe is that the person or a group of people that were working on squad streaming were moved to a different department or left the company altogether. Whoever did that, because it's funny, I have a smoke detector that has been doing that today. Yeah. Well, it's like most partners didn't even know about it, or they didn't utilize it. Yeah, Flux. It hasn't gone off the past like hour, or I don't know. I think my brain has kind of gotten used to it now, so I gotta change a battery in it. Anyways, I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, they drop all the different things that that they've been working on, but they've been putting so much time and resources. Yeah, and change the battery for it. Yeah. Well, it's only one. We got like 3 or 4 smoke detectors everywhere. There's like 2 or 3 in the main room. So I know it's like that. I gotta change it. But yeah, they've been pumping a lot of resources and R&D time into guest star. And if you look at the people who use guest star, it is less than 0.001% of the entire streaming population of Twitch that utilize guest star. And Dan Clancy has been adamant of trying to get that going. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that he rides and that he's wanting to get through. Yeah, well, it's my job to learn all this stuff. Well, it's no longer called guest star. They changed the name to Stream Together, which is another stupid name. Stupid utilization. Let's see. It used to be a shelf on the front page. Well, that's the thing, is that it doesn't combine. It just shows the 2 people are utilizing, because I was thinking about using it for the ZPR, but it is absolute garbage in trying to work with. It's very confusing. It's better to use Discord than to use guest star. Right. You can tell the streamer that's using it because it has like an overlay that is automatically placed on your stream. AI powered streams, that's new. Yeah, this right here. So you see these like silhouettes of 2 people. That means this person and another person is using Stream Together. But as you can see, out of every other streamer, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 people. They use multi-Twitch a few times. Yeah, that's a better utilization, but this is like a first party that they've been pumping out or been throwing a lot of cash and resources into. Yeah, you're right, Bummer. It doesn't look very consistent, but you gotta think 24 people have been using this, right? So if we go to Silly Gnome and we have 2.3 active channels right now on Twitch. That's including partners, affiliates, and non-monetized people. 2.3 million active channels right now, and 24 channels are using Stream Together. Like I said, that's like 0.001%. But Dan Clancy is pushing this so hard. It's a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. And that's why this is never going to catch on. But the cool thing about it, though, I do have to say this, is that if you go into like this person's channel, you scroll down, and the name here, this person's community automatically gets a notification that they've gone live or they're part of this Stream Together. So that's the cool technology that this is being utilized for. And they are working on a way to have the chat rooms from whatever channels are streaming together in one chat box. So yeah, that's one technology. But I can go to like FlexSend with multi-Twitch. I can set that up. I can use a service called ping.com that is essentially what Twitch has ripped ping.com's whole business model off of. There's multiple other ways of doing it as well. Yeah, combined chat rooms would be cool. It's a bit confusing when multiple streams are together with different chats. You can't tell. Well, that's why I do down there at the bottom. Because I know that if someone's watching this channel or the stream over on Owncast, it'll show up here too. And then you guys can see it as well. And then I can see it. I can see all of the chats from Twitch, YouTube, Owncast, Trovo, and Kick right now. I'm doing pain.com. I did not say pain. Ping. Ping. But yeah, there is some avenues that I can see that it is working, but the overall experience, I'm trying to get it to go, or trying to get things to start up in the back end, is a pain. That is a pain.com. But yeah, it's fun being in this space and figuring out, or learning about all this sort of stuff that it comes down the line. And if you actually want to learn, or if the like the news and interesting stuff that goes on with Twitch and the general streaming space, Zach Bussey, I'm part of the Bussey Bunch, is a team that he started up. I was like, yeah, add me. Yeah, okay. Add a whole, like, everyone that been watching his channel for a while. Anyways, he is very ingrained in the world of Twitch and everything that is part of the whole ecosystem of Twitch. So if you ever want to find out anything more about it, Zach is the man to watch his content with that. And if you want alternative platforms, I'm your guy. That's why when I first started thinking, I was like, oh, what niche should I move myself into? Is like, oh, well, how about Twitch stuff? There's plenty of people who do that. There's Zach, there's Epos Vox, there's Harris Heller, it was Loco at the time. So many of the different people were dealing with Twitch and Twitch kind of related news. So I was like, well, it's kind of saturated, and they have more of a head start. So I'll go with the open source world and be fine with that. Rambling on for so long, I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah. So I was trying to figure out what the status is in changing these. But yeah, that's one of the things I like looking at. Let's see, I want to use custom. This one is going to be different because I don't need copywriting. This is what I'm trying to do with this is I want to make a games database where I'm putting in the games I'm currently reviewing, want to review, or have reviewed, played, and also have information like the developer, the publisher, the release date, the location to purchase or download or wishlist it. Is it like Steam, GOG, Epic, Microsoft Store, stuff like that. So, I got to change these out because I want to get more. That's the reason why I'm doing this tonight. It's also because pretty much every Monday I do like a kind of like a deep dive, but tonight I'm calling like let's build. I already created the thumbnail, so when I do the edited version of this and post it up on YouTube or in my PeerTube, it's gonna look pretty cool. Change it. So this is gonna be, so if I do the right keyboard, it is that. Would you get out? But yeah, I've been getting for the past couple months, or pretty much like the past year, I've been getting really into the open source world. Like pretty much diving full tilt into it. Been learning how to set up a PeerTube instance. That was a fun experience. A couple, like, what was it? Some early last year. Had no experience of doing any kind of like server setup or anything like that, really. PeerTube is, you need to have some experience with that, especially working with the terminal and the command line scripting and all that. That was a fun 2 hours. I did a whole entire show or stream of getting a single instance set up. It took like eventually the third time work. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, it's still neat. I found ways to make it much more bearable and easier to manage the instance. And right now, all I gotta do is like right now, I upgraded or updated my instance. I didn't have to go into the command line and doing stuff. I just went to my Cloud Run control panel, and then I hit a button. It says update, and it backed up the entire instance, and then downloaded, installed the update, and started to back up. And I'm like, that was easy. Like, that was easy button. Easy button. It also makes working with the behind the scenes stuff, the configuration files, getting it set up so all the video files, all the video files I upload on the instance is not sitting on the actual server itself, because the server storage is very tiny and very expensive if you want to get higher amount. So what I do is I'll offload it off to what's called object storage. It's an offsite place that is built just for that. And it's much cheaper. Like right now, I think it cost me like $1. And I'm not even at 100 gigs right now. And it's kind of, I think it's actually, I haven't paid anything really, because I think it's at a terabyte is the limit before you start charging, but it's like 6 cents per 10 gigs or something like that. So it's dirt cheap in a sense, but especially for me that is working with very small, like a combined file size, it's manageable and it's cheap. But for larger enterprise, yeah, that's going to get astronomical, and they're going to be looking at something more what's called on premises. They're more servers that they control in a building somewhere, or like server farm that they have access to. I was going to go to. So I used to have everything here, like I have my production on my production schedule and stuff like that. I'm moving this stuff into the new place. I have this game listing. Actually, I wanted to. Let me edit this. Copy the status on this. Yeah, this is actually. I think this is going to work better for me though, because this was set up as a what was it? Not a CRM. But it was like a customer. Was it customer resource manager or client resource manager? Basically managing people and the information for them. And the nice thing with ClickUp, it does provide. There's like over 1,000 templates that you can look through or utilize. And of course, people that are part of like the ambassador or the ClickUp professors or whatever they're called, they've created their own data sets and templates and stuff that sometimes they share it for free. Other times they have it's for paid, but that's perfectly fine because a lot of this takes a lot of work getting these things set up. So let me, because in actuality, this one, which one is it? This one, yeah, my new production video. This was a template. As you can see, there's still the filler stuff is still in here. This one, yeah, this one is another template that I got for free. This one, it was based off of like a video audio podcast. So a lot of the labeling is set up for podcast, but you can easily change it out. And it also has different things like sending for potential guests. And it has a nice thing, like I like with ClickUp, is you can do a form. So that's one of the things I want to build eventually down the line. I'm not going to probably do it tonight. Where is it? Submissions, yeah. So if I want to go into application form. So this is set up for if you want to be a guest on this podcast, you go, of course, the podcast, I had this link set up and direct people. If you want to be a guest on a podcast, go to this link and submit the form. So it's like your first name, last name, email, who referred you, if you have a website, if you want to join the mailing list, drop your headshot so we can put that in the like thumbnail or the promotion graphics. Have you been a guest speaker before? What's your technical experience? So if you have not been a guest speaker before, well, that means if we see that means, okay, we'll have to spend more time to help you set things up. Like with Valmer, trying to get you set up through the link there. So if you wanted to do this, be like, I have no experience, I need help. walkthrough, which means that we had to set up a time to do like 15, 30 minutes, like one-on-one with whoever it is, or you've been on an audio podcast, so you know a little bit ins and outs, or video on a live show, or all the above. You're an expert in your field and the field of podcasting, whatever. It was through a different program. Yeah. What I use is, it's a program called Ecamm. It provides a interview mode, pretty much. That's what you were going through. Just recently, just this past week, they have integrated with Zoom for the interview mode procedure. So I believe I haven't worked with it. It's in beta, because that's the nice thing with Ecamm, is that I've been doing every show, and that's including this live stream, to the beta version of the software, and not really haven't had any issues. So in a sense, I could spin up the interview mode with Zoom. Let me hear it. I don't like this song. Sorry, it's just very repetitive, more than what I'm comfortable with. Yeah, it's Zoom is actually integrated into the software itself. So if I send you a like a meeting link, utilizing the Zoom feature, it would give you, like, I think it's a Zoom link that you can go into. And I don't know if you're more comfortable with or have experience with that, because Zoom is pretty much everywhere. Now, the issue is, the reason why I didn't want to bring you up through Discord is myself, Ocho, and Jimmy, we're set up to go through Ecamm's interview mode. What would happen is, if we would have to undeafen ourselves on Discord voice channel, what would happen is that we'll get what's called audio slapback. You will hear pretty much your speech jam yourself, and it's very hard to talk when you hear a delay. Yeah, it's not just the echo. It's called speech jamming. Is when you hear your voice, but you're also hearing it within like a not nanosecond, but like a half second delay. There is some kind of delay, but in your brain, it's just totally throwing you for a loop, and you're trying to push through it, but you can't. Your brain is just glitches out. It is, yeah. And great thing with Ecamm, because I can bring in the audio and video and set them up within, like, how I have my camera set up here. You've seen the show, but for anybody else that is watching or watch the video later on, to understand what I'm talking about, is I'll have them set up as their own camera feed within the stream itself. And then what I could do, I have it set up. I don't utilize it, but my camera, the game capture you see behind me, and their camera feeds, along with all of our audio, is all separated in different tracks I can throw into like DaVinci Resolve or Premiere, and I can work with each track. Let's say if Ocho was his microphone wasn't as loud as it should be, I can go basically in post-production, change that, or clean something up, just work on it in post, as they say in the biz. And that's the nice thing with Ecamm, is that I do have that capability. OBS, I can do audio, and I think there is a plugin, but it's not designed, or it's not built for that functionality. Everything's all plugins. It's not. Don't get me wrong, I love OBS, and again, it's open source, and it's free, but for my workflow is something that I can't really, utilize all too well. Where's the statuses on this? That was it right here. So it's the same. Now, I've also tried different software. I tried what's called XSplit, which is very similar to OBS, but it's more of a commercial product. Ecamm is also a commercial product as well. And there was also the more of what's professionals would use. It's not really. I think it's a company called it's called TriCaster. It's what normally if you go see the behind the scenes of like a newscast or of a live stream, sports whatever of TV shows, something like that. And there's this huge board that is just filled with rows of sliders, buttons, and all sorts of stuff like that. Pretty much this setup like that would be in the hundreds to maybe even $750,000 kind of setup with the equipment. They do have a software that takes that, shrinks it down so you can have it on your computer, and it's I'll say less than $1,000. I tried the demo version. It's like a 30-day demo. It's very, very capable, but it's also overbuilt for, stuff like this, really. It's great, but it's kind of confusing sometimes. You have different ways of how to set things up, but, it is confusing when you first look at it. You're like, holy crap. Because I've shown you guys my setup here. My setup is a little complicated when people first look at it. Let's see, demo mode. So this is my setup. So I got this is Ecamm, all these different windows and stuff. So I got my scenes, I got overlays in each one. I have over there is my camera controls for chroma key, different effects I can use. I got the chat that's built into Ecamm is there, and also I have the main chat window off to my right. That's social stream, which is a great thing that I can everywhere I stream to, all the chat comes into that particular window. And this is pretty much it. It's really not that, expansive, but it's very capable for what it is. Yeah. And I'm not utilizing all of the windows. I mean, I still get, when I wouldn't do interview mode it is a lot to keep up with. That's why sometimes when Jimmy says, "Oh, I posted up a picture in chat," so I got to go into Discord, find the picture, take the browser, take the link to it, post it as a new source in the stream, resize it and stuff like that. But once you start getting used to using it a lot more, it just becomes like second nature. It's like, oh, okay, so I got to do this, and this. Okay, that's fine. And it's a cool thing too. Like I can do like scrolling text, and this is all on the Mac. It's a Mac based program. Like I can do like my title here is I could do this in OBS, but I would have to use one or two plugins to do this correctly. Also with the perspective. The perspective change on it as well. That would be another plugin. But all that, yeah, that's Speedy Potato. That's my daughter. She says you have to have this because that's what we call her, Speedy Potato. Because little known fact, it takes forever to get ready in the morning. I was like, "Come on, Speedy." And we've been calling her that since she was like a little toddler, especially for school. Like, "Come on, Speedy." So yeah, that's her potato. That's her as a potato. And I've always had that on my streams for I don't know, for a while now. There's a couple times where I forgot where I had put it in some folder somewhere. I'm like, crap, where is it? Did I delete it? Oh, I can get away with that. Till she caught me. He's like, "Where's the potato?" Fine, I'll find a potato. Sting. She's called it that. I didn't say, no, was I using? There we go. Yeah, so yeah, it's all that stuff is all built in Ecamm. So I'm like, and they've been constantly improving all the stuff. Like the big thing right now, like I said, is just with the beta with the Zoom integration. They've been working on that for like a while now. So they released into the beta version. It's not into the released version. It's just beta testing it, seeing how it works, if there's any bugs or anything like that, which is always a good thing. It's not a bug, it's a feature. So we get interested in review. Dude, like played or no? previewed. Past. Yeah, I wish the Windows emote it was a little bit better. There. I should have kept it. What I'll do is delete. Don't need design. I probably have more than what I need. Ooh, I think that should be it. A save template. Sometimes with ClickUp, you just have to refresh the page to show up. There we go. Actually, I want to change that color. I can't see that. There we go. That's much better. That bright green, that neon green, it was kind of hard to see what with the white lettering. It was not good. All right, so get the name. Shrink that in because I don't need that long space. Need this is gonna be publisher. Actually, I should do drop downs because I don't want to type it in all the time. I'm just gonna put in a few things. Spell coffee wrong. There we go. I'm only gonna do 2 right now. Edit. I need to change it to. Actually, I can't. So I'll just delete it. Remake it. Sure. Funcom's a publisher, right? Or no? Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, developer and publisher. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of companies that do that. Pulling up Steam right now. Got Funcom. Do that. Slavic Magic is a developer. Publisher is Hooded Horse. New game Manor Lords. Still haven't started that up yet. But downloaded, but haven't started it. I just put it. No, it's just a couple names in there for now. All right, so we'll do date for release date. What else? I don't really care for. I should probably for genre. Why not? We can do labels for that. I'll do for like sim, strategy, really. Access. Reason why I got that because I have Manor Lords open right now. Create. Oh, what has been the you? Oh, do label because store page. And what I'll do is come back and do like coloring and stuff like that. So it'd be a little bit easier to keep track of. Epic, GOG, Xbox Game Pass. For now, I think that is really all that I mean, I can always add to it at a later date. So not too worried. So we'll do hide this. I don't care who's assigned to it. This is general default. Variety. Cool. What is it? Is it called? No, it's here image or game art. Why didn't it not? Oh. Before I do that, just to make sure, it's probably added it, but it was not turned on. Now it is. Cool. Yeah, because that's another good thing to have. Pulling from like the title of the hero art of the game itself. So you can see that if I do another view, like Kanban view, what been reviewed, what I have reviewed, what's coming up, stuff like that. I could easily look at, oh, that's that game art. It's a little bit easier to see. And the nice thing is I can also pull information from one database into another. So like if this video, or like for the Indie Basement podcast episode I'll do next week, I can pull the information from this database into that particular entry, which is in another database. So you get relationships all over the place. So when you actually look at it, if you actually like visualize it, a line from one database to another, from field to another field, it looks like a whole complete spider web, but it works. It just works. Todd Howard. All right, so we got developer, publisher, release date, genre, store, availability, game art cover. That's pretty much it. That's okay. So if I do Steam, yeah, like Turlock Holmes. I don't know what Turlock. I should have put a description in, but no, I don't need to do that. What I could do is take name, just copy and pasting. Actually, do I have 1 second? Task type. game. There we go. Add a game, create. So now I can go in here, copy and paste the description in the description field. Pretty much just copy and paste. Oh, that was the. Why did it not add? What the? Hopefully, it didn't add it like twice or 3 times. Why is it not doing that? Whatever. I think I have this set up ready. I gotta go into games. Indie games. There we go. And I can set that as the cover image. So I'll do that. Casual and strategy. Genre. Do strategy. Do casual. See, this is what I wanted it to do. See, it does it there. Okay, casual. And automatically puts in a random color too. Publisher. So I'll also do it this way. Release date was February 21st this year. Steam. Get the link to voila. And that's it. There we go. So at least I got the one in there. Actually, I have to change that to. I have to change these. But I've already reviewed it. I already played it a couple months ago. Actually, back in February, I played it before. I had fun with it. It was a fun game actually. So got that set up, and so if you look at the Kanban board, it has the title art or the image game art. That's easy to set up. So if I want to do, really don't need to add another view because I don't need the calendar because, well, I could put up calendar and have it show release date, custom fields, release date, and then cover. So if I go back to February and I have to do as filter by release date, it should show up. No. Well, let's do by status right now. I want to do by release date. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Yeah, it's actually not going to show the actual cover art, unfortunately, in the calendar view. So I'll go into settings. It was fields, custom fields. So that's what it'll look like. What then I can do is I can I have multiple views. So if I want to do just release dates of games on this, I can do that, and then I can set up upcoming reviews. So there's all different things I can do. Alrighty. Let's go back to the listing because I can set this up. So if I want to, send in like an email or something out there to a contact in a game, it's like, hey, I'm really interested in playing your game on stream. Would it be possible to get a key or discount code to purchase it? And I can have that as interested in. I'll post that up there, not just as a game listing, but stuff. Post up listing of games that I've worked on or want to work in or work on, I should say. So it's very customizable. That's why I like working with ClickUp. I've been dabbling in Obsidian. Obsidian has something similar to this. It's a very capable free open source product, but it's not as baked as this, I should say. I don't know, I was trying to think of a term, but baked came to mind for whatever reason. All right, so that's a preliminary setup for that. I still gotta work on this. Like most of it is what I want to do with it, but I want to change or do a lot of customization with it. Again, it's a neon white or the neon color darker if you have a white text, please. And it's pretty cool with this thing. I mean, I'm not going to use it, but they have what's called a visual board that they have a spot or they have a task already set up, but this I'm going to get rid of. I don't need this. It just takes up space. So delete. I'll delete. Actually, I'll get rid of all the filler information. And what I do is work on this for video ideas that I am wanting to do. Because I want to get back working and doing actual like focused videos on one subject. Pretty much like what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take the live stream of this, run it through Recut or by through Riverside, cut out the pauses, tighten it up a little bit, and then post it up on YouTube as a video. Because right now on YouTube, the live stream, the thumbnail is what I made a not custom, but a generic like live stream community live stream thumbnail that I'm going to use for live streams. My thought is that I'll keep them posted because I still get views, and right now I'm working on trying to get views on the YouTube so I can get up to, was it 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscriptions over on YouTube so I can get to the monetization program for YouTube. And then once I do that, then what I can do is start unlisting these live streams, and then and direct people over to PeerTube and watch if they want to watch the live stream for whatever reason, and have it that way. But I need all the videos out there in order to start collecting those views. All right, so the status on these is pretty much what I was thinking of keeping around. I've already done all this. So filming, editing, review, proof, scheduled, to do. I don't know if I should do there, but whatever. Then published, then done, or closed. But it's done. Done. I want to change or edit the format. That's why, because it's Instagram Lab. That's why it's titled this way. Format. Rename this one to live stream. Carousel. Go bye. Story. Go bye. That'll work. Location. Just changing these out to places I actually use. I don't use Facebook. I don't use TikTok. Ugh. Facebook. I go every once in a while into Facebook just to clear out notifications, or just I probably do it maybe once a week. YouTube. I love this. It is a unique name. Oh, because there's already a YouTube there. Derp. Yeah, if you paid attention, you would have known that. Corn Hub. I don't think my content would do good in the fields of corn. Look at TikTok. LinkedIn. Who uses LinkedIn? I can always add more if I need to. Don't need to see the columns or the comments just for now. So I have something in here. Nope. Yeah, the posting on date. I need keep that there. Add field. Excuse me. Also, what I gotta do is after I do all this, I still got to put it in a CRM database. So contact people I have contacts with. So people in the know that I know people. I know a guy that knows a lady that knows another guy that knows a guy, and so on and so forth. That's what I want. And it's going to be, let's see. Yeah, I want to do a live stream date, drop down. That's another thing. I got like so many of these. Because it's what you should do is you should utilize other or previously you created fields, so you're not compounding on, like, you not have like 15 created by fields. You only have like maybe one or two, so you just pretty much copy and paste. These are still in the drop down. Thumbnails. See, I have two genre, so I need to get rid of one. I just had to go through and do some culling here. You have progress bar as well. Oh yeah, video number. Is how I have my organization on the folder side is I have, like, especially with the podcast episodes, I do season, episode number, show, then title. So for videos, I have a little bit different. I won't have seasons, so I have a 4-digit number, then date, then video title. Don't need any of that. We'll do a YouTube link. I'll probably copy that, do a PeerTube link as well. But go add those fields, and then we'll refresh the page. And we got all those fields in here. What I'm also going to do is, because I'll tie this into Because what I like to do is take the transcription of the video, run it through clean it up pretty much, essentially. Use AI to put it in a more readable state, go through, edit, make sure it's correct, and then post it up as a blog post. And then I can tie that post into the forum for, commenting and stuff like that. And then I can share that out for social media like Threads or Blue Sky or anywhere else. So I can do a couple pieces of content out of one video pretty much. Let's see. I'll keep the name of the Content Lab for now. Actually, let me change the name of this. This is wrong keyboard. Let's build at the Content Kitchen. Because waffle, right? Hey, okay. 1 second. ClickUp. Close that out. Let's rename it. He's cooking. Let him cook. Is that a waffle? That was the shallow pan of food. Do they have? Oh, there we go. Content Kitchen with a waffle. Buttered waffle. I know that was you, Flux. I know that was you. The thing is, going back to the smoke detector, our smoke detectors are tied into the electric. Because I know I replaced one that it's connected. I don't know why it's chirping. And we got a CO2 monitor in front of the bedrooms, like in the doorways. Yeah, it was here when we bought the place. Like I already replaced one. I'm more than likely gonna have to replace. They're like $20, from like Ace or Home Depot or Lowe's. Just another thing, home ownership is not as cracked up as it is. It's nice if you can do it. Yeah, okay. In case your electric explodes, I don't want my electric to explode. It's a electric type, right? That was a bad Pokemon reference. That was bad. You should feel bad. All right, so I got my thumbnail. I actually never knew what type anything was. Constantly having to go to the Pokédex. It's right there. But hey, at least it wasn't Jigglypuff as seen as above. Jigglypuff was always there. Or yeah, it's Kamehameha. The Dragon Ball thing. The Kamehameha. 30 minutes later. Hey! Alright, so the live stream, it was today. Format. Live stream. I should change that to multi-select. Posting on. I'll do it Wednesday. May 1st. Just a few days before May the 4th. Be with you. I gotta figure out what video number I'm up to anyways, but... And free comic book day. Oh, May 4th. Disney Plus. Tales of the Empire comes out. I don't know if you saw the Tales of the Jedi anime series. They're coming out with the Tales of the Empire. Yeah. I don't know if you watched the Clone Wars series, but there's a character in it. Her name was it Barriss Offee? We get to see what happens to her after. Yeah, she joins up onto the dark side of the Empire. And of course there's what's her name? Morgan. I don't know. This takes place during like the Empire days. Yeah, so as Barriss, we see if you haven't watched the trailer, Barriss is in the trailer. And we also see what's her name? Morgan. Not Morgan Le Fay, whatever. The remaining Night Sister from the Clone Wars. Her story before the Ahsoka series. So yeah, really looking forward to that. So I get filming. But yeah, if you haven't seen Ahsoka, that was a great show too. And they're starting. I think they started filming season 2 for it. And I think they're done with season 2 of Andor as well. So much good shows out there. Fallout season 2 is not going to be like till 2025, because of course they gotta do filming and post-production work and all that sort of stuff. I'm so glad that they have season 2 for Fallout. That's another good one. Oh, it is. It was very good. There's a whole episode about about that. I'm not going to say any more, but yeah. Oh, Matt Berry is awesome. He's in pretty much everything. Oh, and unfortunately, this is the last season, the final season of what we do in the Shadows. I think it's coming out later this year. I just remember him coming in. First time I actually saw or was been exposed to Matt Berry was in the IT crowd when he comes bursting into the church. He goes, "Father!" Oh, Guillermo. I love the IT crowd. But yeah, it was. He's so good with his sense of humor and how he portrays characters is perfect. It's that dry sense of it, and it's just like, yeah, words cannot describe it. Fortunately, don't have the Cogsworth is not voiced by Matt Berry. It's yeah, who did the voice for Cogsworth. But I have a TTS for that. I gotta go through and finish setting all that up too. I mean, it's pretty much 90% the way there. Alrighty, okay. Let's see, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up here. Well, this was a lot of fun. Really didn't get much, but hey, that's okay. I had more fun talking to you guys than actually doing the work. I mean, I can do this during the day. So, yeah. I did get some stuff done. Got a little bit closer. Just do some more customization on the database, stuff like that. Well, I'm glad I was very enlightening for you, Volmer. Opened up some new knowledge. I was gonna say knowledge dumps, but that sounds so wrong. But screw it. I opened up some more knowledge dumps for you. Yeah, and I always love streaming for you guys. I have so much fun doing this, and actually, sharing what I know, my experience, and learning the showing the learning experience as well. It's even more fun when stuff doesn't work or stuff goes wrong, and it's like, yep, that's the way you don't do it. I have plenty of moments of that. So yeah, I didn't see anybody else on, unfortunately. Oh, Jimmy's on. We'll do it. We'll raid into Jimmy. Let's see. Hold on a second. He's been streaming for 2 hours. Ads. Thank you, Twitch. So while I wait for the 30 seconds ads, see where he's at. For anyone who watches after the fact, or if you're watching the replay over on YouTube or PeerTube, do be sure to join up sign up for the newsletter on twotownwaffle.com or our Discord server. Have the links all set up, ready for you there below the player or in the description on YouTube. Definitely love to see your smiley faces there. All right, so it looks like he's still playing. So what we'll do is go ahead, raid Jimmy the Rabbit. Go back into here, go there. But I'm glad. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Tomorrow is recording a live recording of the Independent Creator Podcast. So that'll be set up for same time tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Raid Jimmy the Rabbit. Alrighty. So thank you for coming by. Also, hit the follow button if you're be so ever so kind. Until tomorrow, I hope you guys had a good night. And with that, I'll bid you adieu. Later, taters. Have a good night, Volmer. Flux. Fart did not go through. I'm sorry. I'll owe you a fart tomorrow. Or Wednesday.